Hey everyone, welcome back to another tray video. For today's video, I'm going to be switching out the fragrances that I had out for the month of June, and I'm going to be picking some fragrances to put out for the month of July. So if you are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Amy. Every month I do a tray video, and this helps me to focus on a certain amount of fragrances for the month, and I just try to use as much as I can and also get to know the fragrances as well as I can. It helps me to decide what I'm going to declutter and just how to manage my perfume collection. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. I appreciate all of the love and the support. And with that said, let's get into changing the monthly perfume tray. So this month, as you can see, if you remember the tray at the beginning of June, it had much more fragrances in it. I have been decluttering, and the decluttering that I have been doing lately is very different because I still love a lot of the fragrances that I'm decluttering, but I am decluttering fragrances that I either have too much of the same in my collection. Sometimes we get a fragrance and it reminds us too much of another fragrance, so I am trying to narrow it down to just the smallest that I can get my collection. So I have been decluttering. So I did get rid of a few fragrances this month, and these were the ones that I decided to keep. These were the ones that I loved. Very Good Girl Glam back there. I'm still kind of like on the fence with it. Some days I like it. Some days it reminds me a little too much of the original Very Good Girl. So I'm kind of like back and forth with that one. But all of the other ones I love. Another one that I'm kind of going back and forth with, which I have loved so much last summer, but this year I'm picking up a little bit more of that patchouli. So I'm kind of going back and forth, and that is the Angel Ice Star from Mugler. Please excuse my nails. They need to get fixed this weekend. But yeah, this one, I love the pineapple in it. I'm not going to get rid of it because I don't have many fragrances with pineapple. So the ones that I do have, I appreciate them. But some days I feel like this is a little too strong for me when it comes to the patchouli. So this one is one that I can only wear like to go out. I don't like wearing this one at home or to bed or anything like that, but to wear it out on a hot day, it is really, really nice. So I'm still keeping this one. And yeah, I loved all of these fragrances. If you would like to hear a little bit more about the ones that I truly loved and they were my favorite, then go ahead and check out my monthly favorites video where I focus more on the fragrances that I used up the most each month. So I did upload my monthly favorites for June. It's already up on my channel. I'm going to go ahead and link it here in this video in case you want to check it out. But now I'm just gonna go ahead and clean out my tray, and we are going to put in some new fragrances. So the first fragrance that I'm going to be adding to the tray is going to be one that I haven't been using a lot lately, so I want to give it a little bit more love. And this is Marc Jacobs Perfect. This has almond in it. I believe it has rhubarb. It has like a tardiness to it, but then it also has sweet notes, and it's also great for hot weather. And it is also a very, very unique fragrance. I hated this one the first time that I smelled it, but then I kept on giving it chances and I ended up loving it. Next up, I'm going to be adding Dolce & Gabbana's L'Imperatrice to my tray because I haven't used this one in a couple months and I want to use it some more now that it is extremely hot outside. This is just the perfect type of fruity, watery, thin type of fragrance for very hot weather. Next up, I'm going to be adding Guerlain Acqua Allegoria Limon Verde. This one right here is just another good one for the heat. It is a lot of lime in there, but it also has a little bit of sweetness, and it is just perfection. I love this one for hot weather. Next up, I'm going to be adding one that I haven't used in a few months, and this is Dolce & Gabbana Dolce Rose. and I do have a pretty good dent on this one, so I'm going to try and finish this one up this month. I'm trying to just go through the bottles that have bigger dents on them, so I hope I can either bring this one down a lot or finish it up. But this one is just a beautiful fruity fragrance. Next up, I'm going to be adding 2 of the Ultra fragrances that were sent to me. So I'm going to be adding Gold Gem, which is inspired by Byredo's Bal de Fric. And then I'm also going to be adding Morning Rain, which is inspired by Byredo's Gypsy Water. I really love these in my review video, and I want to continue to use them to get to know them even better. Next up, I'm going to be adding one of my all-time favorite summer fragrances, and this is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. This is pretty much Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, but with a little bit of coconut in there. I believe it has either lime or lemon, but it is perfection for summertime. Next up, I'm going to be adding Tocca's Simone. This one has watermelon in it, another watery, very fruity fragrance, but this one does have a little bit more of those florals coming through. So it is very girly, very feminine, but very fruity and watery at the same time. Next up, I'm going to be adding a fragrance that I don't use a lot, and I use it very sparingly because it is discontinued, and this is Valentino's Donna Acqua. I live, die, breathe, gag for this fragrance, and I don't get to enjoy it as much because once I run out of this, I either have to pay like $200 and something for another bottle, which I'll probably end up doing, but I'm avoiding that because they are so expensive, the ones that you actually could find. I wish that they would bring this fragrance back because this is just a beautiful fragrance. This has almond in it and it just smells like a dessert. It's so good. Next up, I'm going to be adding Giorgio Armani's Si Passione Eclat. I hauled this one when it was first released, and I haven't played with it too much since then. So I definitely want to wear this one more, but I really do love this one. Next up, I'm going to be adding another Valentino fragrance, and this is Valentino Born in Roma Yellow Dream. What a sexy, musky, lemon and rose fragrance. This is just like sexy in a bottle. I love this one, and I feel like it is a very sexy summer fragrance. It's just really nice, great for summer. I think it's better for like a summer evening because it does have a lot of that like sexy vibes to it. You can definitely wear it during the day as well. Really beautiful fragrance. Next up, I'm going to be adding Giorgio Armani's Terra di Gioia. I want to finish this one up as well, just to get rid of a few bottles in my collection. But this one is a gorgeous almond and jasmine fragrance, and it just makes you feel like the sun is shining on you. You can smell the jasmine, but then that almond kind of like just makes it a little bit sweeter. It's just such a beautiful fragrance. Next up, I'm going to be adding Mugler's Alien Goddess, and this is just a vanilla and coconut balm. Love this so much, and I definitely want to use this one more this summer. Next up, I'm going to be adding Nest Sunkissed Hibiscus. This is such a beautiful summer fragrance. This is another one that's warm. It reminds me of the sand, of the beach, kind of like the sunset in the beach. It's warm. It's coconutty. It's just so beautiful without it being too much like sunscreen. It is a beautiful summer fragrance. Next up, I'm going to be adding this fragrance that I added recently to my collection, and this is Lolita Lempica Sweet. I wasn't sure how I felt about it. I was kind of like, half of me loved it, the other half felt like it was a little too sweet for me, but we're going to play around with it some more this month, and I'll make up my mind by the end of July. Next up, I'm gonna take it way back to middle school and high school for a lot of us, and this is Cool Water. I ordered this fragrance when I did a video where I showed the fragrances that I wore in high school, and ever since then I've just been craving it, and it just reminded me how nice this fragrance is, especially for summertime. This is very aquatic, but at the same time very fruity, and it is just refreshing. It's cooling. It's just perfect for summertime. Another fragrance that is perfect for summertime that I'm going to be wearing this month is MAC Turquatic. You guys have seen this so many times on my channel. It's one of my favorite fragrances. So unique, citrusy, aquatic as well. It is just so beautiful. I do not get tired of this fragrance one bit. Next up, I'm going to be adding a fragrance for those days that I just want to smell clean, not necessarily floral or fruity or sweet. This is Elizabeth Arden's White Tea. This is the perfect fragrance to wear on those hot days when you just want to smell clean, and it's very aromatic as well, very relaxing. It is a beautiful fragrance as well. Next up, I'm going to be adding my recent replica purchases again because they're just perfect for summertime. Here I have Replica's Beach Walk, which is the perfect beachy type of summer fragrance, but still adds this like sexiness to it at the same time. And I'm also going to be adding Replica's Bubble Bath, which is just very clean, soapy, a little bit of coconut, really nice fragrance. It's very aromatic as well. I have been thinking about decluttering this one, so I am going to wear it for this month just to see if I should get rid of it or not. And this is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Forever. This is a flanker that was released, I believe it was last year, and I did use it a bit, but it's definitely not my favorite. It makes me think of like grape candy and also like tuberose. It's nice, but I don't know if it's worth me keeping it. So we shall see by the end of this month. Next up, I'm going to be adding another clean fragrance, another fragrance that's perfect for when you don't want too much. It's hot outside, you want to smell good and clean, but you don't want to smell too sweet or cloying. And this is Ellis Brooklyn's Myth. I love this. I love the bottles. I love the scent. And I really have been enjoying Ellis Brooklyn fragrances, so I have to look into more of them. But I really love this one. This one leans a little bit unisex, but it's just so good. Next up, I'm going to be adding Chanel Chance Eau Tendre. I can't really say that name, but this is the EDP version, and I just want to play with this one some more. This is like the ultimate girly fragrance, very feminine and just easy reach type of fragrance. Next up, I'm going to be adding Tom Ford Soleil Blanc. I want to play a little bit more with this one. I want to see if I can get a little bit more of that pistachio and just creamy coconut scent in here. So I'm going to try some like layering combos, maybe like some almondy lotions or coconut lotions, just something to make it a little bit more creamy and gourmand, because the florals really jump out on my skin. So that's the only thing that I wish I could change about this fragrance. Up next, I'm going to be adding Dior, and this is Miss Dior Blooming Bouquet. I love this fragrance so much. It doesn't really last too long, which is a bummer, but it is just such a beautiful, I believe it has a citrusy note in here. I really just love this one. It's very refreshing as well, but very feminine at the same time. And the last full size I'm going to be adding is going to be Skylar Clean Beauty, and this is Coconut Cove. Beautiful take on coconut. This is so different from your typical coconut fragrances, and I'm obsessed. So I cannot wait to play with this one more this month. All right, so now I'm going to be adding a few little tester or travel size fragrances. I'm not sure where I'm gonna put them yet. I might just stand them up in a little corner, but I am going to be adding Dolce & Gabbana's Dolce Lily. I have really been enjoying this one lately. Very tropical, fruity, exotic. Can't wait to play more with this one. I'm also going to be adding Ellis Brooklyn Sunfruit. This is my travel size as well. Perfect summer fragrance. I will be purchasing a full size of this one once I run out. Then we have Sol de Janeiro Tomato Sol Cheirosa 62, I believe, and this is the perfume travel size as well. Love this one for summer. Pistachio Bomb. I think there's caramel in here, and it's just so gorgeous. I love this fragrance. And then I'm going to be adding 2 smaller size fragrances. So this tray is pretty packed this month, but I am so ready to explore and play with all of them. And the one that I'm going to add is from Clean Reserve, and this is Clean Skin in this different packaging. I believe they used to have these first, and then they came out with the other line that has the bigger bottles. I'm not too sure on that though, but I think that is the order that they were released. But this is just a beautiful, clean, musky fragrance, perfect for every day. And then I'm also going to be adding a little travel size of the Kayali Musk 12. And I got this one recently to see if I liked it. It's a really nice scent. I'm not sure if I would purchase a full size of this one because it is so simple, but it is really nice. So there is my tray for the month of July. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. I know that sometimes I get questions asking me, do I wear each fragrance, like 1 fragrance per day, and I have way too many fragrances for 1 month. I honestly just do these trays to have options. It doesn't mean that I'm going to wear every single one of them. Some of them I wear multiple times. I wear fragrance during the day, I wear fragrance at night, I wear fragrance to go out. So in one day, I can wear 2 to 3 different fragrances. So this is just to give me an option of fragrances to play with. And that way I don't have to dig into the rest of my collection, and I kind of focus on these fragrances. So I hope that that helps you guys. I hope that if you guys are doing the tray, I hope that you guys are enjoying it. I hope that you're making dents in those bottles, because that is one of my goals when it comes to doing this tray, is just using up my fragrances and not using the same ones over and over, because there's just so many beautiful fragrances in our collection. So that is going to be it for me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed it. Comment down below if there are any of these fragrances that you love or that you're looking forward to wearing this summer. And I will see you guys in the comments section. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you guys in my next video.